Well, ladies and gentlemen, the first test case of land expropriation without compensation is about to be tested in Ekurhuleni. That's right. Right now, there is a mediation between a landowner and the municipality. But what exactly does that mean? Let's get into it. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Newsflash. I'm your host, Emilio. Thanks for tuning in. You'll remember that a few weeks ago, Sokolicha broke the news that there has been an ongoing land battle between the landowner and the municipality. The municipality wants to basically pay for the land with nil compensation. If you would like to watch that episode, I have left a link to that episode in the description below. So go watch that episode, then come back here as we discuss what is happening next. This week, the municipality and the landowner will be in court for a mediation. Basically, this is a conversation between the two, negotiations, if you will. Hopefully, both sides can come to an agreement. But I'm not so hopeful that is going to happen. I mean, after all, for the past few years, the municipality has failed to come to the party and has been forced time and time again via court orders to oblige and do things that the landowner has requested. And only when the court order was given to the municipality would they then move along with the case. Yeah, predictable. And I suspect that this will be no different. But I would like to draw your attention to this article very quickly. EWN Eyewitness News saying South Africa's first test case of land expropriation without compensation unfolding in Ekurhuleni. The municipality has expropriated the land and offered zero compensation, while the owners demand a payout of 30 million rand. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole article. I just wanted to point this article out for one quick reason. Okay, because News24, also a few weeks ago, at the beginning of this month, put out this article. Driefontein, the vacant Bloksburg plot, stoking fresh fears about land expropriation without compensation. Now, I am not going to go through this whole article because it's a lot of gaslighting by Andrew Thompson, but there's a section in this article with a title, YouTube Misinformation, and yours truly is in or mentioned underneath this title. You can see for yourself. On the same day Sokolicha issued its press release, YouTuber Joe Emilio escalated the manner in which the matter was being framed. Bitch, please. I made a video on a press release. I don't know how. Okay. In it, Emilio described Driefontein as ground zero for EWC and claimed the ANC-controlled municipality has taken a 34-hectare property valued at up to 64 million rand. He warned this was being treated as a test case to legalize zero compensation expropriation, saying if they win, no one's property is safe. Not your home, not your business, not your farm. Well, couldn't have said it better myself. So this apparently is misinformation, but they don't explain or rebuttal how it's misinformation. Well done, News24, on that investigative report. And then they go on because they also try and call out Ronaldo House. And then what's even more interesting about this article is because at first they're claiming that everything is a lie, they're gaslighting us, they're trying to say no, but there's this and there's that. Again, I'm not going to go into the whole article. I think it's a lot of BS. But anyway, this is the part that I'm struggling to understand, because they're trying to make it out to sound like this whole story is just, you know, it's fear mongering, you know, it's not that bad, guys. There's no expropriation without compensation yet. All right. This all still needs to happen.
At least for now.
Okay. Just their last paragraph. All right. Let's look at that. Court and deeds records tell a narrower story. Driefontein's value has never been tested on the open market. I did not disagree with that in my video. The dispute is about valuation. Didn't disagree with that in my video either. Not seizure. It would be seizure if nil compensation is allowed, and the outcome is still before the courts. Again, something I did mention in my previous video. Whether 0 rand can meet the Constitution's just and equitable standard is yet to be decided. Again, something I said in the previous video. So what's really confusing, right, is this paragraph uttered by News24, which is pretty much what I said in my previous video, just not as detailed. They're also saying, but yet they call me misinformation. And if I am misinformation, then shouldn't News24 be going after EWN for misinformation? Because EWN article pretty much says what I was talking about and what Sokolicha was talking about, with a little bit more information, of course, but essentially the same. They even got an expert or a law person to say, until the Expropriation Act of 2024 commences, no compensation has no statutory footing. Well, that's a problem for the municipality. Under current law, compensation must meet the Constitution's just and equitable standard, not necessarily market value, but not automatically zero. So are they going to go after Dr. Tenvier and label them as misinformation?
I don't think so, darling.
So let me be clear for News24 in case they ever watch this video, which I'm sure they will because I live in their minds rent-free, clearly. First of all, nothing I said in my original video was misinformation. I was literally reporting on a story that Sakalicha broke, and you tried to denounce Sakalicha, but you failed. Because if you stick to the facts, this is or could be expropriation without compensation, because the municipality is trying to take land for zero, nil. And no matter which way you leftists try and spin it, zero means nothing. And I implore everyone to go to a restaurant, order the most expensive things on that menu, and then tell the waiter and the manager and the owner of that restaurant, here's zero or nil compensation. And then watch how that plays out. And the fact that News24 couldn't give me a proper rebuttal, the fact that they couldn't point out any facts or dispute any facts, just shows how much News24 is desperate. Frankly, I think News24 is jealous of individuals such as myself and Ronaldo House and other content creators on YouTube, because we're allowed to speak our minds. We're allowed to say what we want to say under the Constitution and the law, of course. But News24, not so much. They have to keep licking ANC bumholes if they want to keep their job, at least. Maybe the powers that be at News24 really believe the crap that they spew. If that's the case, well then journalism really is dead. Anyway, the point of this video was to remind you guys that a very important case is about to unfold, and we'll see how the mediation takes place. I don't think there's going to be a common ground reached. I do think that next year in February, this will go to court, and you can bet your bottom dollar you can get the truth reported right here about that case, and I will follow that case every single day because it will be one of the most important cases in South African history. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to help me uncover the truth behind land grabs in South Africa, don't forget to head on over to that BackaBuddy campaign and donate at least 50 Rand. If 4,000 people donated 50 Rand, we would hit our goal, and then production on Stolen Ground 2 and 3 can begin. If you haven't seen Stolen Ground 1 yet, please go check that out. Link in the description and pinned comment. And you can also find the link to the BackaBuddy and EFT Details if you prefer to donate via EFT in the description and pinned comment. Let me know your thoughts about this expropriation case, and let me know your thoughts about News24 trying to call me misinformation. Do you think I am misinformation, or do you think News24 are scared? While you're leaving a comment, don't forget to like this video, share it far and wide, subscribe, follow, depending on which platform you're watching this episode on, and I've got more content coming your way. And with all that being said, thanks for watching. Your Newsflash is in.